Good afternoon and welcome to our live coverage of the US presidential election 2024. I'm Shweta Simar and you're watching Millennium News Channel 24. Today, millions of Americans are casting their ballots with high stakes for the future of our country. Polls are open all across time zones and we are closely monitoring the voter turnout, state by state tallies, and early projections. Let's look at the events. The 2024 US election saw its earliest vote cast in Dixville Notch, New Hampshire, where a long standing tradition has residents vote just after midnight. Several small New Hampshire towns reported early tallies, attracting attention due to their symbolic significance. New Hampshire, the first state to poll in the US presidential election today, as per our reports. Trump has high stakes for Hampshire. Small New Hampshire. Donald Trump cast his vote in Palm Beach, Florida for the US 2024 presidential election. Accompanied by his wife Melania, he described his campaign as one of his best, emphasizing strong conservative voter turnout. Trump commented on Republicans showing up in force and expressed confidence in his campaign. Local Republican gathered in Palm Beach, a strong GOP area, expressing enthusiasm for Trump as they cast their ballot. Former US Trump president, flanked by former US First Lady Melania Trump, speaks to reporters as he votes at Mandel Recreation Center on Election Day in Palm Beach, Florida, US. Let's take a view.
It's been very good.
Was there looking back, is there anything you would do differently about your campaign? Do anything you regret about how you ran this campaign?
Look, regrets. You always have regrets. I can't think of any, to be honest, to use her expression. I can't think of any. Look, I ran a great campaign. I think it was maybe the best of the three. We did great in the first one. We did much better in the second one, but something happened. And this was the best. I would say this was the best campaign we ran.
Kamala Harris too casted her vote on Election Day 2024 in Washington, D.C. as the Democratic candidate for President. Harris emphasized her commitment to key policy goals, including economic relief for working families and strengthening ties with allies globally. Her campaign has focused on initiatives to reduce cost for essentials like food and housing, and she aims to carry forward several policies from the Biden administration, especially on defense and trade. Observers noted her potential to become the first female US president if elected. Current events tell us that the election day voting is going smoothly with some scattered issues. The scattered issues are that election day voting unfolded largely smoothly across the nations, but with scattered reports of extreme weather, ballots printing error, and technical problem causing delays. Most of the hiccups occurring by midday were largely expected, routine, and planned for events, said Kate Colney, senior advisor to the director of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, in a press briefing. She said that the agency was not currently tracking any national significant incidents impacting election security. Let's take a small break, but stay with us. We'll be right back with more live updates and in-depth analysis of the election results. Don't go anywhere. The day is just getting started and there's plenty more to come.
Millennium Day News is a global news network dedicated to providing high-quality coverage across a wide range of topics, including local, regional, national, and international issues. Operating 24/7, the network emphasizes inclusivity, offering a platform for diverse voices and covering essential subjects such as arts, culture, religion, education, and legal advice. Based in New York City, Millennium Day News connects communities worldwide through engaging programming that includes political discussions, sports news, health segments, and entertainment features. To ensure accessibility, viewers can access content via mobile apps, iOS and Android, Internet Smart TVs, and streaming services like Roku and Amazon Fire, as well as through IPTV and satellite networks. For more information and updates, visit their websites millenniumnews24.com and millenniumtv24.com or follow them on social media and YouTube under Millennium News 24. As they continue to expand, viewers can look forward to a broader array of news programs that reflect the diversity of the global community. Whether you're interested in current events or cultural discussions, Millennium Day News is dedicated to keeping you informed and connected.
Polls are now open in over 40 states and the District of Columbia, including 6 key battleground states likely to decide the election: North Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona. As Americans head to the polls to choose their next president, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump each need at least 270 electoral votes to win. The outcomes in battleground states like Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin will be critical to their paths to victory. Stay tuned as the results start coming in.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us again as we continue our live coverage of the 2024 US presidential election. The results are rolling in and we are here to bring you the latest updates, insights and analysis as the race unfolds. Let's dive back in and see where things stand. FBI says non-credible bomb threats to polling sites came from US email services. Polling locations in several states have received bomb threats by email, many of them appearing to originate from Russia email domains, the FBI said in a press statement. Some of those threats appear to have been directed at Fulton County, Georgia. Nadine Williams, the county election director, said earlier today that they had received 5 non-credible bomb threats from 2 polling sites, leading to a temporary evacuation for about 30 minutes each before resuming normal voting operations. It is unclear who sent the emails, how many states have been affected, or exactly what they said. A Russian email address does not necessarily indicate the identity of the sender, though it may be harder for US law enforcement to convince a Russian tech company to fully participate in an investigation than it would to company where if the company were in America. Let's have a close look at this video.
Threats at polling places that we've heard about, one bomb threat. Have you heard any other verifiable threats at any polling places?
We've heard some threats that were of Russian origin, and so I don't know how to describe if that's viable. We don't think they are, but in the interest of public safety, you always check that out. And we'll just continue to be very responsive when we hear about stuff like that. We identified the source, and it was from Russia.
Can you elaborate on that? What kind of threats? Of Russia?
As he said, is a bomb threat.
So it was of
Yeah.
Russia, and you're confident it was the Russians that did it?
Yeah, just like we had the DDoS attack on Monday, October 14th, 420,000, pings, denial of service from Russians. So we added that interface that said, I am a human, I'm not a robot. So they're up to no mischief, it seems, and they don't want us to have a smooth, fair, and accurate election, and everything they can get us to fight among ourselves, they can count that as a victory. So that tells you a little bit about the Russians. They're not our friends. Anyone that thinks they are hasn't been reading the newspapers. Thank you so much.
Continuing with our headlines, Elon Musk to join Trump at Mar-a-Lago tonight. Tech billionaire Elon Musk will join Trump tonight at Trump's Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach, Florida. Two people familiar with the plan said. Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, will be at the club for the part of the evening, watching the returns with Trump as they come in, the sources said. Their plans, reported earlier by New York Times, meant that Trump will have close proximity with the owner of X on a night when the social media app will be closely watched by political strategists and members of the US news media for both legitimate news and conspiracy theories. Musk has personally given more than $118 million to his super PAC backing Trump, making him one of the Trump's biggest financial supporters this year, according to FEC filings. Elon Musk recently appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience, where they discussed various political and social issues, including their concerns about the current administration, as the video shows.
Well, I'll say it again, man. I think this is the last election. If Trump doesn't win, this is the last election.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think people, and a lot of people are waking up and realize that have been lifelong Democrats. Guys like Bill Ackman, guys like Chamath.
Yeah, exactly.
Tulsi Gabbard switched over to the Republicans.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of people who their whole life they've been left wing, and they realize, like, I can't do this anymore.
You and I used to be Democrats.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It's nuts, man. And if the Dems win this election, they will legalize enough illegals to turn the swing states, and everywhere will be like California. There will be no escape.
That is so insane.
This is the final. This is it. This is the last chance.
Has anybody tried
and
to
I
push
just want to,
back?
Go out and vote. Vote like your life depends on it. Vote like your future depends on it, because it does. This is the last chance, man.
Time for a short break. Today has been a remarkable testament to the strength of American democracy. No matter the outcome, this election reflects the voices and hopes of millions of citizens, each vote contributing to the direction of the country. We'll be here all day, all night, bringing you every development as it happens. So stay with us for continuous updates and expert insights. Keep watching our special coverage.
Polls are now open in over 40 states and the District of Columbia, including 6 key battleground states likely to decide the election: North Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona. As Americans head to the polls to choose their next president, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump each need at least 270 electoral votes to win. The outcomes in battleground states like Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin will be critical to their paths to victory. Stay tuned as the results start coming in.